Hi guys, Hicks here. Just another little video. I've got something to show you. Right, it's a tool that I use for my RC racing, and it's a tool I didn't even know existed a year ago, as I've only been in the hobby about just over a year. So it's something I never thought I'd ever need or want or use, but now I've got it, I could never be without it. Right, so I'll show you what it is. Right, so there it is. It's a Contact V3 tyre truer. And it's basically just like a mini lathe, and it's for truing down your tyres or making the diameter of these tyres smaller. I predominantly race minis. That's my car there. I race a brushless back cave Joker R. I love it, it's fantastic. And yeah, I never used to true the tyres down on it, and then once I got into the sport, learnt as I go. Thought this is what everyone's talking about, got to true the tyres down, and all the pros are doing it. So I tried it, and here we are basically. So that's the truer. These tyres, the foam, and there's a couple of reasons why you do it. I think there might be more, but I know two. I know with the fronts, and definitely, I know when you true them down, it does change the characteristics of the handling. It can do, and also it can help prevent chunking. The chunking is like when you go around a corner and it's a lot of pressure on the tyre there. It'll pull a bit of foam off. It'll rip it off, pull a chunk out, hence chunking, and it's not great really. You don't want any chunking on your tyres. So people say, oh, why do you want to true your tyres down? Like 50% of your foam off the tyre, and it's, you spend that money on the tyre and you're getting rid of most of it, but by truing them down they can often last a lot longer. So, and it does change the handling. It can change the handling, but I'll get into that in a bit. Right, so we've got the tyre. Right, so I run these Contact mini tyres, and the front one's a 46mm diameter, and the rear, which you've got here, is 48. Well, I run my rears, I true down, I run them at about 44.5mm, and the fronts are about 43.5mm. So you need to get a set of these calipers, digital calipers, although my battery's dead, so we're just winging it. Right, so there you go, it's 48mm start. Put it in the machine. When you buy this machine, you've got to also buy the arbor, the adapter really, basically what the mini tyres go on, and it just screws onto there. So you get your wheel, it goes on there, fasten the nut on. Do it up pretty tight. Now this is powered by a 12 volt battery. I'm just using a leisure battery because I've got one. You can get power supplies for them, or you can use power supplies that were meant for something else that are compatible with. I don't know about that. I've never used one. I've just used my battery, and I have seen people use lipos. So if anyone knows of an easy fix power supply so I can do away with the battery, please let us know. Right, so the tyres in there now. It does make a mess this. I made this box, got a plastic tray, put it inside a banana box, and I've taped it up, and it works perfect. It splatters up all the side here, doesn't come out the front, and then when it's all done, it's all contained in there. When it's done, I blow it all out with the air gun. Right, so I'm going to set, this is the rear, so we want these at 44.5. So what I tend to do is I just set it above that, 45, 46, and I take the first layer off. So basically, this is a manual one, by the way. You can get some, you press a button and it goes on its own, but this is a manual one. So we turn it on, the thing starts spinning, you put the guard down, and we've got a little wheel on the side here. And all you do is you slowly turn this. And you can see all the foam bits going everywhere. This is why you need it in some sort of box like this. You make one slow pass and then back the other way. Turn it off. Right, you get your calipers and then just have a look. So we're at 46.5 or 46. So I want to take about 1.5 millimeters off that. So there's a fine tuner on here. I don't know if you can see that. I think the camera's picking it up. We can do it in 0.2s of a millimeter. So we want to go 1.5. So 2, 4, 6, 8. There's 1. Right, we'll just go short just to try it, just to make sure we don't go past the depth we want. Because once you go too shallow, too narrow a diameter, you're knackered. Right, so we'll do the same again. We'll wind it through. And back. Right, we'll just check the depth again. Right, we're still a bit. Want to go another half. So 2, 4. Right, we'll go another 0.6 of a millimeter. That should be about right. So we'll run it through again. Once you get it set up, you can leave it and just do it in one pass, but just take it slowly. You don't want to damage it, and sometimes if you go too fast, it'll jam in there, and this nut undoes. So just take your time with it. Right, we'll check that now. That should be the right diameter. Right, so that's 44.5 millimeter. So that's perfect. That's the size you want. But you can still see we've got these rough edges here, and the shape they are, you're still going to get chunking. So what we do now is goes back in the truer, and then we sand them. We've got this contact tyre file. It's basically a giant nail file, and what we do is we round these edges off. Now the more, from what I get, the less rounded they are, the more pointier and sharp the steering is and the handling. The more rounded off, the smoother. So as I'm not a professional driver by any means, we have them smooth. So you get your file and then you slowly round these edges off. Just let me move that out the way so you can see that. So you get your file and I just turn it over like that, and I go to this side and then back here. Have a quick look. Right, now you can see there's just like chamfered edges, nice smooth edges. So I like to go quite. And that's what I do. And also I think as well, that just helps chunking more. The more smoother the rounded these edges, the more it's got, the less it's got to grip as it's compressing on that corner. So that's basically it. So that now is a 44.5 millimeter diameter rear tyre. It's been trued, it's been rounded off. I'm just going to give it a quick blast with the air gun, and that's ready to go. I'll also, right inside here, obviously it's a 32 Shaw rear, so I'll just write 32 inside here because they all look identical and a lot of them feel the same. But yeah, so that's it guys. That's how you true a tyre. Well, that's how I true a tyre. Like I say, I can't now. I've got the machine. I've had it a while now. I've used it for quite a while. Can't do without it. So yeah. So that's the Contact V3. There is other ones out there. That's just the one I got because it was there at the time. There weren't many available when I was looking. This came up on eBay, and yeah, it's a great tool. I recommend it to anybody. Right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to get the rest of these tyres trued, and I'm going racing. See you in a bit, guys.